Hello everybody, Dave Johnson for the Media Relations Office here at UW Lacrosse with head cross-country coach Derek Stanley as we preview the 2017 WIAC Championships presented by Culver's that are this Saturday down at UW-Whitewater. The men's race is at noon, women's race is at 1 o'clock. Coach, let's first talk about your team going into it. Your men, we'll start with the women, actually ranked 12th in the country. Had the Luther duel last week. You came off the Tori Neubauer Invitational a couple weeks ago. It's just about how you feel about your team going into that conference championship.
Yeah, well, I think that we're ready to go. There's no doubt about that. The training is right where it needs to be. The legs are feeling exactly as they're supposed to be, so I can't help but feel really hopeful for this weekend.
Your men ranked second in the country. You've been in that top 3, 4 really all year. Same thing for the men after the Luther duel last week, and then of course the Jim Drews Invitational a couple weeks ago. How you feel about them going into it?
Yeah, we're, like I said, we're right where we need to be on both genders. The men have been running strong. Their legs feel about what they're supposed to feel like at this time of year, right before we kind of taper for the championships.
Let's talk about the experience of your team. You have a lot of runners who have come back, who have competed at the conference meet, of course, have earned all conference honors. I think it's 6 women, 7 men, that are right, vice versa. But let's just talk about what you have in terms of the experience coming back with the senior leadership.
Yeah, we have some of the best experience in the entire conference coming back. So I'm very excited to have that type of leadership at the conference championship meet, understanding what the goal is and making sure that we have the experience necessary to accomplish it.
Talk about the course a little bit. It's down at Whitewater. You've run there before, but let's just talk to us about the course itself.
Yeah, it's a nice course. I mean, it's I would say it's a fair course. It has one hill that isn't that big. The men run it twice, the women run it once. So it's got some gravel and some a little bit of sand, and there's some trail and there's some open field, and so yeah, it's got a nice mix overall. It's not the most spectator friendly course, but I think that it serves as a great championship course for the conference.
Weather, of course, we get this time of year. How does that affect your runners at all with Saturday coming up?
Yeah, the cooler the better. I mean, as long as it's not like 20 or something like that. But yeah, the perfect temperature to run in is 53, and I think the forecasted high is like 42 on Saturday. So yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great to run in, and the runners always get excited when the cool weather comes in because they know that their bodies don't have to work as hard to cool themselves. They run faster, and then when they run fast, they get more excited.
Talk about what you're expecting from the other WIC schools. I think there are other teams ranked, of course, in the WIC in the national poll. Just what do you expect on the women's and the men's side? Yeah,
so I would say that on the men's side we're the clear favorite. That doesn't mean that we're gonna walk away with the conference by any stretch, but I think that we have the confidence to go in and win the championship as long as we execute the way we're supposed to. On the women's side, it's gonna be pretty close. I know that UW-Eau Claire beat us about a month ago, and when we were at full strength, we were on tired legs, but we were full strength, and they were on fresh legs. And so then they had their results from 2 weeks ago were a little less than that, and ours were a little better than that. So I feel like the conference women's side is going to be a pretty tightly contested meet between us and UW-Eau Claire, I believe.
You'll have a couple weeks off until the regional meet. The regional meet's down in Rock Island, Illinois on November 11th. Just talk about what you'll do after this conference meet Saturday, getting ready for the regional in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we have a handful of time trials for the non-championship roster that will serve as opportunities to run fast on the track, as well as earn a spot on the track and field team for both genders. And then the championship team will more or less start their taper process. It's just a process where they kind of start to back off the training a little bit, back off the volume of the intensity, and freshen up the legs for the championship run.
Again, the WIC Championships are this Saturday down at UW-Whitewater. You can follow along on UWLathletics.com and WICSports.com. The National Championships are November 18th down in Illinois. Good luck this weekend, Coach.
Go Eagles.